closely what he can achieve. So there's the Alvechurch manager, Ian Long, who seemed quietly confident before kick-off about their chances of pulling off an upset. He has gone with the same starting lineup from the victory.
Full match is done. It's not even the World Cup.
At Cheltenham Town in the last round. Martin Colley is our referee this afternoon. So we are all set then at the new lawn.
Right, where's my... Is it it? Yeah. Got to charge this up.
And are kicking from left to right in this first half.
I think I missed it. Bloody phone charger.
So Forest Green Rovers get the game underway. It is another David against Goliath clash, the kind that we absolutely love in the FA Cup. Alvechurch overcame the odds in the last round. Can they do it away again against league opposition?
We'll wait and see. Don't know if that commentary's in. You know what? I'm turning it up. I'm turning it over there.
The wind swirling. It's difficult. You can see the straight away. Couple of headers. Players are losing the flight of the ball. So there's something that they'll have to come to grips with very early on in this great game. Corey O'Keefe with the throw for Forest Green Rovers.
Sue!
Moore Taylor slipped as he hit that. Cannon chasing it down, but it's
I've got this shot.
all the way back to McGee.
I'm asking when I'm playing.
Forest Green involved in their
Even in that World Cup. Bloody why are they having a bloody weekend off? They're not playing a World Cup.
Giving away the free kick there.
I miss Arsenal winning wins. Bloody drop points on lost. How do we bottle that game? Bloody Manchester United.
Last season before.
I like Russo a lot because she's in the Lions and then she had to ruin my bloody evening.
Yeah, I mean it was such a
I still love her. I want her at Arsenal. Can you blame me? She's an amazing player.
Eventually came through with the quality from O'Keefe.
Because I only love her because of the Lionesses. She was so good in the bloody Euros.
And then that goal that he scored late on in the game settled the tie.
I'm in love with her both ways. Her football and her bloody looks. Stephen, it's embarrassing getting on YouTube.
There's Ian Birchnell, the
manager can have more babies though.
Bottom of the League One table, 14 points.
Yeah, I can only wish.
All of the bottom four are on 14 points.
Wonder she's even straight.
Forwards by Edge. And guided home by Moore Taylor.
Come on now, touch them all the same. I like Forest. I'm not sure.
So might not be feeling right up to match speed.
Do I get a hope? I don't care who wins this. I don't mind Forest Green at all.
They'll just be hoping that he's a little bit rusty going into this
And one of them will get to round 3. Oh God, this would have been a Sunday League clash in the FA Cup. God knows how far Forest Green League 1. They're going back down though. I just don't mind my voice. I've bloody lost it for the past 3 days or so. I shouldn't really talk too much in this. Oh God. There's no way. There is some way. I need a toilet now. And I'll miss a goal, but I don't want to pause it either.
It does get really cold. Now there's an opportunity for Forest Green to put quality into the box. We know they have the height coming up from the back. They also have Conor Wickham to hit, so this will be a set piece that'll test Alvechurch very early on in the game. They dealt really well with set pieces in their victory away at Cheltenham in the last round.
Yeah, it's funny they managed to get
scored a fine header in an FA Cup semi-final for
Cheltenham's
Crystal
neighbours in the
Palace
next
when they
round. It's
were
hilarious.
beaten by Manchester United in 2016.
I mean, if they can beat Club League One, they can beat bottom of League One. Why not?
Get away as far as Bernard.
Oh.
Forwards by Magooch. Looking with the touch. They wanted a handball there, which they don't get. Proper FA Cup conditions.
Yeah, it is. And you just think if Forest Green had to move the ball quickly and really shift this Alvechurch team about, the fitness levels were up there hugely in the second half. They didn't have that advantage against South Shields, because South Shields are obviously a full-time team themselves. So this will be a real test of the stamina of Alvechurch.
Right.
Upfield. Jostling there was Tomic. Cannon across, but outmanoeuvred. And now here's a chance for March. March has had to work it back, and they want to
No.
the referee's not buying it though.
No. He fell over.
It's a simple ball over the top, and see Marsh gets ahead, and you're thinking, well, just think the goalkeeper, Van Jessup, come out, and it's an opportunity for him.
Now Alvechurch getting forwards. Giving themselves the throw. High intensity early on.
It's been a good start from both teams. Alvechurch just sort of finding a way into the game, being organised, a little bit competitive in the middle of the park, and now it's about building that confidence.
Touched off by Cannon. The way across won't find its way to Waldron. 6 goals in 5 appearances in the cup so far for Waldron, all of them coming in twos.
Phone. Bracelet. Should be thin. Oh.
McGee goes long. March won't get to that.
Wow, that guy's tall.
Abbey. Now lofted forwards to Jason Wickham. Good defending by Willits, although the pass wasn't ideal, and that might have caused a few nerves amongst the Alvechurch tracks. Might have more defending to do here. Kurt Harris. Tried to be a bit too clever, but it's coming back at them with Magooch. Useful ball, fisted away by Jezo. That's more up than out from edge. Slightly under the pump at the moment, Alvechurch.
Where's the Alvechurch? Oh, I think they're on the side of the...
And O'Keefe's got him round the back here. Danger. Wickham, intelligent pass. And then the hit from Boys is blocked.
A good period of pressure from Forest Green. Alvechurch just getting dragged out of positions.
Entry. Nicely worked again.
Oh, dear, mate. Find your feet. Find your feet.
Pieces was Regan Entry. Just need to slow it down a bit, Alvechurch.
They just need to compose themselves, communicate along the lines. Players just
Had
get
a bottle or
a
something.
little bit too
That's off camera.
eager to win the ball back and jumping in, but what a day it is for these guys.
Right.
Huge
Oh.
day. They haven't got this far in the FA Cup since reaching the 3rd round in the 1973 to 74 campaign, but they lost to Bradford City. They are going to make the most of it. The long journey from Worcestershire to Gloucestershire. They'll be hoping for a similar return to what they had in their last visit to this neck of the woods. 25 miles away was the scene of their triumph in the 1st round at Cheltenham Town. Now actually, beat Forest Green Rovers on penalties here in the EFL Trophy in the week. Two teams from Gloucestershire, Cheltenham Town and Forest Green, known as El Glossio. Like that one?
Really like that one.
Kurt Harris. March waits in the middle. Kurt Harris keeps for now. Kurt Harris, well, might have been better advice to have just knocked it into the area and he found himself in a good position. He's not in a good way. Harry Boyd,
that's bad. Sorry for that finish. Bloody gout.
Forest Green have made the better start to the game, but it's been a tough league campaign for them. He was appointed Forest Green Rovers manager in May after that exit of Rob Edwards to Watford, left Notts County, who he'd taken to the National League playoffs for the second year running, but he said that the challenge of football in League One was too good to turn down, especially at a progressive and forward-thinking club, because so much good stuff that goes on behind the scenes here and off the pitch.
I think the opportunity for him was too big. You always want to test yourself at the highest level, and it's what he is finding difficult now, but he'll feel given the time, given the right opportunities, that he'll be able to put it right.
Nicely done by Hamilton. But then the shot from Tyrell Hamilton.
What a planker.
He's got a good turn of pace, hasn't he? We'll have to be careful, Forest Green.
O'Keefe. Or Taylor. Wickham dropping deep. Going the long way round. Trying to slip it through. Nearly managing to do so. Wickham. On it back. Here goes Kurt Harris.
I've seen a tall player on each side.
Fist in. Got lucky there, Alvechurch.
Such a danger down.
Oh, this guy's running. Oh, what fucking agility.
Boyce doesn't need a second opportunity. He'll look to just take a touch out of his feet and he'll look to fizz the ball in as quickly as possible. He'll be asking the question of his strikers, where are you? Just as he receives the ball, one touch, then sets himself in the box, and Wickham just flashes just in front of him, perhaps takes his eye
Oh,
off
you
it.
fool.
Almost goes with it with his laces, Connor Wickham, rather than a side foot, which probably would have got better contact on the ball. But the signs are there from Forest Green, finding gaps in this Alvechurch defence.
The man who scored from the halfway
Come on,
line
right.
for the Ware Champs from 6 yards out.
Hope that loads up. Boys, I'm fucked with that game.
Hendrick. Again, it's down very deep. It's up towards March instead. That's good from Jamie Willits. Wanted a free kick, which he might have been entitled to. Hamilton after it. Casey finds safety in his keeper, whose clearance isn't great.
Whoa.
Concannon on the march. Still Concannon. No, he was looking for him. That's the view of the referee anyway. It's the view of Stephen Moore.
Yeah, I think he just tried to...
Plonker. Should have shot, you plonker.
Felt that the only thing was to go down. We're away again, Forest Green.
But Harris is stopped illegally. That will be a free kick.
Heavily involved straight away in the game, Harris. Looking to drive every time. And this time, just gets side down by Burton in the right back position. He's lucky that he didn't make contact with Harris, because that could have been really costly.
Kurt Harris, former Chelsea Academy player who joined from Brentford on loan in August, did make a couple of appearances for the Bees, including one in the FA Cup in the third round win at Port Vale in January. He's won this free kick, which will be taken by Corey O'Keefe. The wind is getting up here.
Don't know if it's.
In from O'Keefe. Headed
Oh dear.
obviously over the top by Josh March, who is their man on the inside, having been with Alvechurch from 2015 to 2019. He has scored a crucial goal for Forest Green Rovers before in the 2-2 draw at Mansfield on the final day of last season that clinched the League 2 title for them. His manager was saying that hopefully he'd be able to share some secrets that would give them the edge today. Joseph upfield. Hamilton after it. Waldron might pick this up. Hamilton. Sent to Texera. Haven't seen too much of him so far. Hamilton beat himself with a step over. O'Keefe. Boxed in.
It's got pressure from Hamilton. How often do we see it where players get too over-eager and they shove them in the back and they go to ground, give away a silly free kick in that position? Now he's got his team a throw-in.
Second start at the club for Hamilton. He actually started his career at Bournemouth in 2018. That ball has gone out.
To say, I'm not so sure it did. Very surprised when I saw the official's flag go up in front of us.
Right, I've got to do this.
Wickham's touch lets it down. Texera, good vision. Waldron.
Just hitting and hoping, for God's sake.
Blocked, but they've still got the ball with Burton. Texera. Edge. Throw for Alvechurch. Better period of the game for them now.
Yeah, because Texera's getting involved. He started to nice little passing combinations going with his midfielders and bringing a calmness to the team.
Former West Bromwich Albion Academy player. Lifted in towards Hamilton. Abbey. Texera. Edge has to go back. Here's Texera. Nice turn. Useful pass as well. Not great control from Concannon.
Not so sure it was for Concannon. I think it was for Hamilton behind. A little bit too much pace on the ball. Cannon felt he had to deal with it.
I feel that they might have ridden that early storm when Forest Green Rovers were building up a bit of a head of steam. Texera. Hamilton, good hold-up play, surely a foul.
It's a good battle between Hamilton and Casey. You can see that Casey's weary of him. He knows he's strong, he knows he's pacey. Shields the ball, gets a hold of it. Okay, they've got a bit of a hold on each other. But then Casey's just too eager, just pushes him to the ground.
Right. That's that. Only wasted 1%.
Abbey.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
All the way back to Jezza, who slipped as he hit it upfield. Waldron still interested, but out for a throw.
You're
Why
going
did
to
I
kick it
touch it?
anywhere. Don't kick it straight, kick it into the channels, and then at least now you can pin them in. You've got
Leave it now.
into the wind, throwing a ball which is very difficult to get any purchase on.
Well, one by Edge. Waldron again putting the pressure on, and it's going to be a throw for Alvechurch now.
sometimes you have to play the percentages, and that's what you've got to look at when you're playing opposition that are so much higher than you in league positions and in quality as well.
Oh,
Something that
shit.
Forest Green struggled
Yeah.
with against South Shield when they did go a little bit more direct at them.
What are you
This
watching
side have
anyway?
scored in
Forest
all of
Green,
their 21
another
games
round,
this season.
2-time.
Who do they play?
Forest Green Rovers have only kept
Forest
3
Alvechurch.
clean sheets so
Well,
far
that's
this
an
campaign.
unusual
That's that team that got past the Cheltenham before.
Oh, and whereabouts do they come from?
Edge.
Alvechurch.
It's
Never
going to
heard
be
of
a
them.
yellow
Smile.
card. Had the card out of his pocket.
I was picking my nose then. How dare you get me on camera?
Mum's caught on camera.
Now, as he's going
What
in for
does
the
it
challenge that he's not quite getting there.
Don't
He's
get
hurt
cold.
himself in the challenge.
Right?
He
Use your
feels that
jacket.
he has to
I'm
go for
alright,
it because he's
please.
not committed. He's very late on Tom Edge, and Tom Edge does well to ride the tackle. He'd applied it, but it could have been so much worse.
Well, he had no hesitation getting the yellow out. And both sets of players are complaining about his decision. He means he did a good job as a ref.
It's a clear yellow card. He's committed to it. He's late. Tried that trick myself before. Stand the ground. Hopefully he doesn't brandish a yellow card.
Ever work?
No.
It is going to be a yellow card when he's up for the Republic of Ireland Youth International. Joined a couple of years ago. And there comes the yellow card for Dominic Bernard, and a nod of the head to acknowledge that he knew it was coming.
Him going off the pitch now.
Right, so there's a free kick at Alvechurch. Can they call something?
Numerical advantage at the back post.
Ah!
Oh,
Oh,
big
it's
side.
like you can't smell it, I've just farted. I think I need a shit
Caused
now.
problems for Cheltenham in the air in the last round.
I can't hold a shit for
First
another
real
25
defensive
minutes.
position they've had. Edge lifted in, but
Oh, what was that,
far
mate?
too close to Luke McGee.
Oh.
Makes a very easy gather.
But safe from Edge there. Just almost feeding it in there.
Yeah, well,
Too much conviction and didn't really believe that he could pick out a teammate.
McGee. O'Keefe.
I need to know the other.
Texera, though, was out.
I can't really get my computer up at the
Missed
moment.
controls. Here's Kurt Harris. March.
How can I get the red button up actually? Check the other scores, I think.
Magooch.
3 football fixtures are 3.
That was a nice
3-0,
trick
something
from
like that.
Harry Boyce, but there was nobody in Forest Green
Or is this
Rovers
the
jail to
iPlayer?
benefit.
Oh, they don't ever have. Oh, how come I ever check the bloody thing again?
Nicely worked
Can't
on.
check
March
the other
onto it.
scores.
Texera back helping out. March. Referee's got the decision, and he says penalty. Well, he had a look up. Texera looks on in disgust at the decision, but it is a penalty to Forest Green Rovers.
Yeah, he does well initially, Texera, but then he just dangles a leg out and he gives Martin Coy no other choice but to point to the spot. Just there now, he just... I don't know, you know, actually seeing it at second glance, he actually just holds his ground, Texera, and he just plants his feet. Maybe a slight shuffle of the right leg, it's harsh.
If we had VAR, they'd be having a look at it.
They would, but would it be clear and obvious? However,
I couldn't tell, I can't really. I'm 50-50 on that, I
So the
don't know.
man who scored a couple
Sometimes
in the
it's
last
really hard to
round
point
has
out
the
whether it's a
chance to give
penalty or
Forest
not.
Green Rovers the lead midway through
We've got
the
to score it
half.
first.
And Wickham scores. The League One side have the lead. Struggling in the league. They've got themselves in front against Alvechurch. So first, effort on target. And Connor Wickham makes no mistake.
The round 3 tour will be coming to YouTube near you. I don't. Is it
Got a
tonight?
big
It
smile
can't be
on his
tonight.
face, and rightly so, because it's a quality penalty. Sends the keeper the wrong way, down the middle, calm as anything. That's what good strikers do. They love putting the ball in the back of the net, and they're so confident when they step up to take penalties. There's no one more confident than him to take that penalty.
The top scorer this season, that's now 8 for him in 17 games. There's one lone supporter singing Forest Green, always cheating. Sure that he's got his own thoughts on the decision. O'Keefe. First time they've been behind in the cup since the first half of their first qualifying round game, Alvechurch, so unfamiliar for them in terms of the FA Cup this season. Texera. Like a trip on Bradford. Won 3-2 at Mikolova in the first qualifying round, then thumped Harbour Town and Nuneaton Borough by 4-0. Tighter against Worksop Town. That was a 3-2 success before the famous win at Cheltenham in the last round. That's a useful looking ball in. Well, at least it appeared to be.
Silly boy.
It's behind for a goal kick.
Oh, to be losing by a penalty.
O'Keefe. Hendry.
Something that he did extremely well against South Shields in the previous round. Regan Henry was a standout performer. He was the one who took the game by the scruff of the neck and wanted to make runs into advanced areas. Very brave in the way he plays the game.
O'Keefe. That's a trick. Hamilton has the free kick. Referee is unhappy with something here. O'Keefe is being called over. Not really sure what Martin Coy was unhappy about there.
Never did I, mate.
Texera. Flicked on by Waldron, that's handy. Here goes Hamilton. Waldron waits. Hamilton. Into the area
Whoa!
Hamilton.
Oh, they didn't even go out for a corner. That's a shame.
Tempted to have taken a tumble.
They've got someone. They've got a back. Oh!
He's certainly feeling a sense of injustice. Edge finding Texera again. Abbey.
Oh!
She's held up by the wind there. Wickham's worked it wide. Kurt Harris wants it. He might get as well. Shuffled back to Magooch. Clever run by O'Keefe. They've been caught square here. O'Keefe's ball in. Well, they got a bit fortunate there.
It's good play from
Melbourne
O'Keefe.
O'Doom.
He just goes to
Sorry.
show short and then in behind.
Oh.
should be beating that front man. We saw the quality of his delivery in the last round. He's better than that.
I didn't have a good sleep last night. I woke up in the morning, middle of the night coughing, about 3 o'clock.
Casey.
Just so annoying, this bloody thing that I got. Lost voice, coughing. I've got gout and all of it.
Wickham's in there as well. Overlap
Yes,
pass
could
to
be.
Hendry,
Oh,
used him as a decoy.
it was decent. I'd always like the underdog to win, but I wouldn't mind Forest Green winning either. So, but it'd be such a story about Alvechurch can somehow get at least a replay of this.
FA Cup so far. We wonder what the response will be like from Ian Long's team. It's been good. It's been really
Some of the
positive.
players do look fast and
Felt sorry for themselves at all.
Texera, a bit of room to work with. Buchanan. Texera is Jet Abbey. Septon. That's nicely worked. Edge. Disappointing.
oh dear.
Well, he had a big decision to make, Martin Coy, and it's such a difficult job for the referee to get this right, because we've seen it from a couple of angles where we think it looked a clear penalty. Having seen it again, I'm not so sure there's much Texera can do to get out of the way. He just holds his ground, and then you look at Marsh, and he's the one who instigates the play. He's the one who goes over the leg, so
I'm not the
big
expert.
decision. It's gone against Alvechurch.
Kind of decision that you need to go in your favour if you're the lower ranked side in a cup tie. Here's Pern Harris. It opens up for the hit.
Hey! I don't know if it's one of the half the FA Cup
goal
scores.
on the BBC Sport website and app, and you can see all the goals from
Come on,
the
what's-
second round
show the
tomorrow at
scores.
11:15 on BBC One. And the prize at stake for these teams and everyone else competing this weekend is a spot in the third round. The draw for that is on Monday at 7 o'clock
Okay.
on BBC Two.
See you all on Monday
Hopefully
then.
the viewers won't have enough of me by tomorrow.
Well,
I'll be doing the
well,
highlight show.
I'm wearing
as
the
well,
last
so
one
apologies
shirt
now.
because I wanted
Do the draw as well.
it's a Barclays Women's Super League.
As it's
The Arsenal guys will be in that draw.
Might be busy already.
Will we not hear about it as we're well in contention of the league? 5 points
And
clear.
they've had a couple of sniffs. Here's Hamilton.
I mean, oh,
Deflected. And prevented
they're not
from
going to
going
get
behind
many
by McGee.
clear-cut chances out of Church.
It's good, it's positive from Alvechurch again. Trying to get turned and get at players. Often you can play too simple in games like this. Play safe. They're not doing that. They're trying to attack players.
There has been a good response from Ian Longside. We did one of the FA Cup replays between Derby and Torquay, and Torquay just sort of folded, didn't they, in the first half of that game? But Alvechurch just stuck to it.
Forest Green are pinning them in now.
Certainly have. I think they believe in themselves now, whether that's from the manager or the belief in the team and the format they're in at the moment, that they can cause an upset. Whether that comes from the last round as well, knowing that they can compete at this level.
Hamilton, who's been full of running, runs into traffic there, but it will come back Alvechurch's way. So there's Dale Vince, the owner and chairman of Forest Green Rovers, and he's overseen numerous eco-friendly innovations here, including a solar-powered robot grass mower, the world's first organic football pitch. They've been described by FIFA as the greenest team in the world. And,
Nah,
they enjoyed
really?
a very nice vegan breakfast earlier.
Well, I didn't. I got here a little bit later and you'd eaten it all, so...
To cold day, you need to stock up.
There was no beans left.
You better stand away from me then. Upfield, by McGee. On the move is Bernard. Boys. March had made his way into the middle. I know they're trailing at the moment, but the message from Ian Long would probably be keep it going.
Yeah, switch on at the back. Know that they've got quality in attack, Forest Green, but one of the big talking points about Forest Green is their ability to win the ball back when they don't have it. It's how they close down. They make it too easy for the opposition, and that's something that Alvechurch have obviously looked at and seen themselves.
Then I've beaten to that one. Waldron.
Whoa, whoa, la, 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 la,
Well, Forest Green are bottom of League One. Alvechurch third from bottom in their division as well as the flag goes up, but it's worth pointing out that they played a lot
Alvechurch
fewer
at the bottom of
games
their
than the
league.
rest of the sides around them. Only 12 matches so far. The bottom two have played 19 and the two above them 17. So it's a little bit of a false representation.
Yeah, how's that work? They're playing so good against League One teams.
Robust, and that will be
Just
a free kick for
that
Alvechurch.
makes sense. They're bottom of the bloody league. Whatever league that is.
Edge. Willits forwards. Clay Harris, good roll. Boys in support, March up there as well. Boys, well, they were queuing up and they'll be disappointed not to have picked out a green shirt. Second bite of the cherry, and that is behind O'Keefe.
Bloody hell, it's let it up again. I've been up in so much since I got this bloody off.
Casey. Boys is the target. That's an intelligent header. Pert Harris will get to it first and give it back to Boys. But nicks it off his toes.
Blood.
Difficult period for Forest Green. Defended it well though, Alvechurch. They got numbers back and sensed the danger.
Cleverly done. O'Keefe was nearly in. Still dicks out the cross. It won't reach Connor Wickham though. Like a shove in the back there, but play's gone on and Edge can't maintain possession.
If you need a bit more pace there, might be in a way.
Waldron onto the ball enough in the final third.
No, they haven't, and that's probably a concern that Alvechurch will have. A lot of the good players come from
Fuck's
Hamilton.
sake.
He'll just feel, give me one opportunity, one-sighted goal.
So I'm breathing in air. I can't help breathing in air when I'm like
Seven
this.
touches for him so far, which is the fewest of any player. Which illustrates the point really. Flag is up. But he wasn't to know it.
Luckily for Alvechurch, it was up. Oh, is it luckily?
Hamilton dropping deep to collect, and he's been buffeted again. And
Forest Green playing rugby when it's Alvechurch, mate. Are you fucking for real?
to deal with so far.
Yeah, well, you can tell from the response from Oliver Casey. He's tight every single time. He's petrified of Hamilton getting turned and running at him. I don't think it's too much of a foul. He wins the ball. Maybe it's the initial coming together before that tackle.
Septon. Well, the Alvechurch fans like that. Septon's on the ball again. Now, here is Waldron. Might work out for Hamilton. Sefton. That's a handball.
There's not much you could do about it, was there? Rob Burton. Well, if you can hear a voice through your speakers and the sound, it's Michael Doyle who's clapping his hands there, a former teammate of mine at Coventry City. A real warrior of a midfield, but he's been brought into the club and you can hear him barking orders constantly, encouraging the players. One of the best pros I played with in the game.
Know what it's like hearing orders being barked at you. He's looking at me. Well judged by Willits. Harris has been lively as there, but then took a bit too long.
Go on, Bennett, another foul.
From Cannon.
Ollie.
Brave Alvechurch, because they keep on leaving three players up. And how often do you think with lower league teams they'll get everyone behind the ball, and we associate lower league teams playing long ball football. Alvechurch aren't playing that way. They like to pass it, they like to try and stretch teams. I've been very impressed so far with them.
Alvechurch folded and reformed in the 1990s. They're in the Southern Premier Division Central, the 7th tier of English football. Finished 5th in the league last season. Only missed out on promotion via the playoffs. Second time in 4 years that they'd fallen just short. Even Stevens when it comes to completed passes.
Usually when you think of a team that are 7 divisions below, you wouldn't have thought that they were, or in the 7th tier, that they would complete as many passes as the League One team. They've been in this game, they've tried to create, tried to be calm, but for that one moment where the referee decided that it was a penalty, changed the game. It's really much in this game.
They do create chances. They've scored in 27 consecutive matches, a run that stretches back to the end of March. They do pose an attacking threat. Texera, Abbey. Oh, that's a clever pass. Sefton
Just too short of the time.
Sefton fouling.
Come on, no, was it? Was it?
Delighted Corey O'Keefe because he had nowhere to go at all. We spoke about it before with Hamilton. Don't give a silly foul away.
Nah,
Just
you
look for the
idiot.
contact.
What fucking pushing him for?
Initiates the contact. He just shoves his body into Ethan Sefton.
Absolutely hammered forwards by Moore Taylor. Wickham. Abbey. Sefton. Here's Tom Edge. Carter. Loose. Oh, and that was a challenge that Alvechurch weren't happy about either, and it's going to be a yellow card for Regan Hendry.
He's been tested today, isn't he, Martin Coy? Regan Henry was just slightly late getting to the ball there with Jed Abbey.
Fuck you. Dirty
Disappointed,
vegans.
but he does catch him late. It's there slightly early, and it's the race studs of Regan Henry that catches him. It is a yellow card.
Here is Abbey, heading towards 2 additional minutes. Teixeira. Cannon. Oh, that's for Walter.
Oh.
Goes behind.
It's a lovely take from Jack and Cannon. He just couldn't find Danny Waldron in behind. Lacking quality, just finding that cutting edge to get in behind Forest Green at the moment. The build-up play's been great, and they'll be delighted about that. It's just that final pass now.
Well, the scoreline hasn't dampened their enthusiasm, neither has the weather. Chilly and blustery, but their side's still in the mix. Teixeira for Abbey. Hamilton. Sefton.
Minute to go. Don't stop that. Oh my god.
Abbey. Hamilton did well.
Oh.
Walter didn't make it
Oh.
stick. They've turned it over here with Abbey. Hamilton gets it in. No foul. In fact, advantage played. And can they turn it into a really good covering there from Tom Edge? Biggest cheer of the day from the Alvechurch fans for that challenge.
Played well Edge so far. And Teixeira brought a nice balance to the midfield. Complements each other very well.
Now, they want a free kick there, but instead it's going to be the half-time whistle that comes from Martin Coy. He alongside have had their moments without testing Luke McGee. Teixeira giving away the penalty that was stuck away by Connor Wickham. And Wickham's goal is the only goal at the end of the first half. At the break then, it is Forest Green Rovers 1, Alvechurch 0.
And it's Connor Wickham's penalty that separates the two sides. So League One, Forest Green Rovers 1-up against Alvechurch of the 7th tier. Truth be told, both keepers haven't been the busiest in that first 45. Only the one shot on target, and that was Connor Wickham's penalty.
Let's see if Alexa knows the scores. Alexa, FA Cup live scores.
In the FA Cup, today Wrexham and Farnborough are tied 0-0 in the 31st minute. Today Charlton Athletic lead Stockport County 2-1 in the 40th minute. Today Chesterfield lead AFC Wimbledon 1-0 in the 45th minute. And today Accrington, Stanley and Barnet are tied 0-0 at the half.
That's not all of them. There's more than that playing at the moment. Including this one. I didn't even mention this one. Leave it on mute, shall I? Oh, much battery's in this now. Oops. There's my answer. Less than 14. Oh, 14 exactly, actually. Oh, fucking useless. Come on! Looking out for scores in here. I don't know where else to go. I can't check them on here, otherwise I'll stop the recording. I need a 2. But I can't let it go and leave this. So I might put some in. She's come for people. But it doesn't play like continuous songs like of Alexa's downstairs. Oh! Alexa, play mindful music.
Mindfulness mix from Spotify.
Why go for a 10-minute? Bye bye. Oh no, I got a copy. Alexa, stop. Stop. I was just thinking it could be copyright. Now what do I do? Would they really copyright that? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'll be as quick as I can. was gone there. 358. Oh, oh, missed.
They should be lauded for it.
Yeah, and we might look at them in the future
Yeah,
and realise
absolutely.
that was the future right now. But for me, their rise has been incredible. So I think they're doing the things right, both off the pitch and on the pitch. So I think they're an inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Now look, there are 12 other second round ties in the FA Cup taking place currently. Let's bring you some of the goals. Possible upset in the offing. Hillsborough, Sheffield Wednesday of League One are trailing to League Two Mansfield. George Lapsley with the game's only goal so far.
Brilliant goal. Ghosts in there and a brilliant volley from close range. Lovely finish.
Spoken like a true striker, that, Glenn. There's an all League One tie, Fratton Park between Portsmouth and MK Dons. MK Dons, who've struggled, of course, of late domestically. They took the lead. Darragh Burns here.
Yeah, it's a nice little finish, this, but Mike Pompey are always going to come up on top.
Yeah.
I might show a bit of bias there.
Just a little bit.
This finish is particularly nice, I have to say. Hits it early, goalkeeper not prepared, not ready.
Yeah.
And then they get a penalty for the second, which I think, considering some of the tackles that we've seen already today, this is probably a nailed-on penalty. What do you think, Glenn?
Yeah, it's a stonewall penalty for me. They all are for me. I'm a striker. And we see Colby Bishop, who's their main man this season, stepping up for, I think, his 12th of the season.
Yeah.
Really good return for the young man.
Yeah. To the Valley, League One Charlton against League Two Stockport. Chris Hussey gave Stockport the lead after just 3 minutes. They dared to dream, but then Charlton fought back impressively, Glenn. Stephen Sessegnon, how did he get this equaliser in?
I've watched this a number of occasions and I still can't work it out. When he got in the back of the net, and that's all that matters from a Charlton perspective. Really good comeback for Charlton at the Valley.
Yeah. Charlton then got a second just before half-time. Decent ball, that, to find his teammate, and a nice little finish.
It's nice. Glenn was saying, how does he chip the goalkeeper over his shoulder from there? But he's so close that you just don't know where
Keeper's got to do more, hasn't he?
Pays tribute to the shot. That was a wonderful finish.
Another all League One tie here between Shrewsbury and Peterborough. Shrewsbury 3-1 up. Tom Bayliss gave the home side the lead after just 2 minutes.
Classic up from Bayliss, arriving late into the box and very nicely tucked away into the bottom corner. But this mastered their own downfall, as we see here.
Shrewsbury not helping themselves, are they? Kwame Poku equalising from close range. That then prompted a really good reaction from Shrewsbury. Matthew Pennington.
Yes, reacts quickest from the spill from the goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper's got hold, but hasn't he?
Yeah, well, you wonder why some goalkeepers never try and catch the ball. That's probably a good example of why. Fast shot, difficult to hold, and another penalty.
Yes, plenty of penalties this afternoon.
Luke Leahy getting the third goal for Shrews, and they're 3-1 up, as I mentioned, at home to Peterborough. Could we have an upset? League Two, AFC Wimbledon are trailing to Chesterfield of the National League. Armando Dobra on the 44th minute.
Yes. You can see good play by Chesterfield here, and Dobra, who started the move, finishes off really nicely and celebrates in front of the home fans.
Yeah, so just confirmation then of those goals that we've just seen. A couple of others to talk to you about. League One Barnsley leading Crewe of League Two by a goal to nil. Hartlepool 2-0 up at Harrogate. Carlisle 1-0 up against Walsall. That's at the Bescott Stadium, and you can catch all those goals, of course, via the BBC Sport at Oxford 1-0 up against Exeter in the old League One tie. As far as our feature game is concerned, Forest Green Rovers just got their nose in front thanks to Connor Wickham's 8th goal of the season via the penalty spot. The team on Alvechurch, of course, of the 7th tier. Do we expect a response from the non-leaguers, the part-timers?
Yeah, this is it now. Their FA Cup's ball down this 45 minutes. They've got to throw everything they can at Forest Green and be able to look in the mirror tonight and say we gave it everything. And as long as they do that, they'll be relatively happy.
What do you expect to see in the second half?
Well, it's interesting, Manish, because when you get a lower league side who play nice football playing against a higher opposition, often I think, why do you try and do it when the higher opposition are better than you?
I've got a few of the results there. There's a few.
So far in the first half, I've seen an even game. What I need to see is Waldron getting more involved. This guy scores goals. Get him in the position where Glenn can talk wax lyrical after the game, that he's hitting shots from all over the place. But at the same time, Forest Green, as I say, you've got a side who aren't in good form at the moment. They have to be nervous of their position, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not they can keep the confidence for that second half.
But this is interesting, isn't it? Normally, if you want a response, you often hear of the manager sending out the team early if they're trailing at half-time. They've been kept back. Forest Green are already out there. We saw a glimpse of Connor Wickham, complete with his gloves. Alvechurch, though, and they've got 1,200 travelling fans at Forest Green today. They won't, they want to give them at least something to cheer about.
Yeah, they will. And listen, they want to be in the half for the next round, and they'll be trying desperately to do so in the second half. So the tactics board out again, and like David just says, Forest Green, they're not in great form at the moment. So Ian Long will be asking, ask questions of them. Let's see how resolute this Forest Green side are.
Yeah.
That looks like you can answer yourself, Glenn, but I think that looks like a decent change going out now, rather than rather than looking frantic. All hope's gone. They look composed. Yeah. I'm hoping that the message for them, that is, the message has got through well. Just give them that chance to get in the third round. I mean, come on. This is career-changing opportunity. So.
I just wonder if they've just made Forest Green wait just a little minute or two longer.
Mind games. Yeah,
a bit of mind games.
A little bit of everything. Anything that they can try and get that 1% and try and get into the next round.
Okay, time for the second half at the New Lawn. Let's rejoin Stephen and Mark.
Thanks very much, Manish. No changes from either manager at the break. But can Alvechurch extend their FA Cup adventure? We go back to the 1970s for the last time they made it through to the third round, and they have been full of goals in this season's FA Cup, but they are up against League One opposition, albeit League One strugglers. They did get the job done away at Cheltenham Town in the last round, but haven't quite been firing as much as they have generally in the competition this season. Well, not often that you're delayed from starting the second half because the manager isn't off the pitch. He's not exactly busting a gut to get up either.
He's not moving too well, is he?
So it will be Alvechurch in the wide lead from left to right in this second half. Can the church fans' prayers be answered in this second half then? The only shot on target in the first period ended up in the net, courtesy of that Connor Wickham penalty. They have been competitive and they create some chances.
Probably the only thing that they've been really short of this afternoon is being clinical in the final third, creating opportunities, but I'm sure Ian Long at half-time would have been delighted with his team and just said if we can tidy that up at the top end of the pitch, then we'll cause Forest Green problems.
Carter. Long fizz forwards, Waldron the target. He got the head to it.
Oh.
Then there was a bit of hesitation from the Forest Green backline. Waldron, Texera. Loose from him. And Pert Harris was there, and he's on the ball again here. They've got the numbers back, and Pert Harris then overran it anyway. Fast start to the second half.
It's a shame because Pert Harris had the opportunity to run at the back four of Alberton at Alvechurch, but just overcooked his pass.
This is risky, and just about got away with it in the end, O'Keefe. Willis. chasing. Putting on the pressure.
Really surprised at Forest Green's approach to the game. Alvechurch in the 7th tier. They're not pressing them at the back. They don't want it. They just drop up and they allow them to pass the ball around the box. Very surprising approach to the game.
Sefton's throw, and Sefton collects now. And towards the near post, and that was the opportunity for Tyrell Hamilton. Here goes Abbey. Burton. Texera. Hamilton. That's a free kick.
Wow.
In the area after
Heard how I said I don't care who wins, but what the fuck was that? Forest Green playing rugby.
Again, he's getting touch tight. And Hamilton just spins him as the ball comes into him. It's far too easy to get hold of. He's just again eager to win the ball back. But this was the play down the right-hand side as it came into Hamilton. Goes at it with his left foot. Perhaps it should have been his right foot. This is an opportunity now for Alvechurch to at least test Luke McGee, who hasn't had a save to make so far in this game.
So Sefton is interested. They all want a slice of this, I think. Looks as though they've narrowed it down to 2 candidates. Sefton and Abbey over it. Oh, what a hit! Oh, what a goal! It's Abbey for the Church that has levelled it up.
Wow, would you believe it?
How about this for Alvechurch? Are they going to upset the odds again?
What a fucking strike that was! Better than Perry Payne! Perry Payne got it over to Costa.
Well, they've just produced a brilliant free kick and a moment of brilliance from Jimmy.
Wow.
Has got them level in this game.
If I was an Alvechurch fan, I'd be going mad right
I
now.
wonder whether it be him or Sefton who take it. He steps
Wow.
forward and look at the celebration from Ian Long. Great scenes. Alvechurch.
What a fucking strike.
Players answered.
And they're well back in this game.
Move again. Well, from a neutral's perspective, it's exactly what you wanted.
And Forest Green only scored a bloody 50-50 penalty. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
In 1-0 down at half-time. The game was level. It was a penalty which was discussed at half-time with the guys in the studio. We didn't feel like it was a penalty either.
You'll keep your heads out of church now.
Forest Green now looking for a response. Carter. Here's Abbey. Aldred. Kurt Harris. Boys. Useful delivery. Oh, it's in.
Oh, that is a shame.
Josh
That is
Marsh,
such a shame.
former Alvechurch man, has restored
Oh, that's such a scrappy goal.
lead. Parity didn't last long. Relief as much as celebration for those fans.
Damn, that is a ridiculous.
Alvechurch won.
Well, they say
After that moment of glory,
it's vulnerable when you score a goal.
Forest Green get a slappy goal to go back in the lead.
And we've just seen brilliant
What a
from
shame.
Harry Boyes on the left-hand side. We said he had great delivery and he doesn't need a second opportunity to put the ball in. But Sefton switches up at the back post. He doesn't know Marsh is there. And Josh Marsh, it's not a clear header. It comes off his shoulder. He will not care. It's in the back of the net. and he's got his team back in front.
My God, how fucking lucky.
4 years he had at Alvechurch.
I wouldn't mind Forest Green being around 3, but this is such a liability. Like, Alvechurch scoring a great goal like that, and I conceded 2 from a 50-50 penalty and a shoulder goal. What? That is ridiculous.
Couldn't quite throw it away, and no question that he wasn't going to celebrate.
That is so unfair. That is, after that free kick that was just scored. I know I've seen it back 4 times now, but it's literally where's the justice there?
Well, we're for the cut tie, even if Forest Green are back in front. A bit more cut and thrust in the opening 7 or 8 minutes of this second half than we had really across the entirety of the first period.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Don't do Kingsland Town like earlier today. They fucking fell apart in 5 minutes.
Sucker punch. But what it'll give them is it'll give them belief. It'll give them belief that they can hurt Forest Green.
From joy to despair. But
I know how he feels. I'm not even a foreign Alvechurch fan.
Can get back into this
It's just
fixture.
an underdog story, isn't it?
Even though they're trailing again, there'll be a sense of belief about the fact that they've managed to get back level for a bit and also cause some problems for Forest Green in this second half.
Be positive. Believe in what you can achieve in the game and that you can hurt the opposition. I think that's clearly was the message at half-time that he sent to his team.
Wickham, not what he was hoping for. Neither was that pass mind. Gooch, Bert Harris works it well. March towards Wickham, doesn't quite reach him. Harry Boyes. Boyes goes for it, fisted away. And it's gone behind for a Forest Green corner. Marched up from Sanchez up here.
The ref had to
It
flip
is
it, huh?
because one thing Harry Boyes has had
This
is
is charging so
shifting
fucking
that
slow.
strike in. Does do well just to deal with
This
it.
is even
We're
charged
delighted
to
that
begin
it's gone to safety in the end.
I think it was.
Simpson does well this time at the back post.
Boys with this corner then for Forest Green. First corner of the game. And it's a good looking one as well. Waldron's back there. Another useful ball in. Off the post. And then wide.
That could have been it.
Oh, Wickham, I think.
Lucky ouch. Oh my God.
Well, it's just fortuitous the way it comes. It's a poor header from Hamilton. This ball across is fizzed in from Bernard, and it's just crushed against the post from Bert Harris. Perhaps he should do better. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh. It's a really good header. They get them let off the hook. Alvechurch.
Texera now. Joseph, one from the back. Goes down by March.
Just getting to that stage of the game now where you wonder how the fitness levels play in. What will Alvechurch be feeling? Will they be feeling fatigued, or will that goal have just give them a little bit more in the legs?
Launched by Moore Taylor. Offside flag is up. they've had a moment to savour at least, regardless of the final outcome this afternoon.
Sorry. Put him in our own can.
I came here as an Alvechurch fan, I'd be delighted because at least they've had a go. At least they believe that they can come here and get a result, and that's something that is commendable to Ian Long and his team, his staff.
They've had a pretty settled team this season. Only 15 players have been selected to start on 5 FA Cup ties. Leo Brown on the bench has 4 goals in the FA Cup this season. Might see him at some point. Might not need him right now though. Waldron blocked off. O'Keefe. Wickham. Just bounced off it. Abbey, his edge. Burton wants it, goes the other way instead. Come for Hamilton. Texera, now Hamilton, not quite. Kurt Harris.
Oh.
Getting a bit more stretch now. Kurt Harris, cute pass, and he's waiting for it to go all the way back, and it wasn't going to get there, so Ash Carter had to help it on its way.
Just playing in a clever position, Kurt Harrison. Something that Alvechurch are going to have to keep their eye on. He's picked up. He is causing a few problems in the second half, as he did in the first.
Bernard.
Chicken fight. I was still about to sit on the small screen.
Nearly a costly slip from the Gooch. Slapped away by McGee.
So come back without the stars. I'm singing something from another show.
Boys. Kurt Harris taking
Oh,
the
come
time.
on, really?
That, but the referee's given it.
Just to be Tek Ganabi, bro. Look like him.
Steps away from Tom Edge
on, is it?
clips his heels and gives his team a free kick.
Still very Tek
The
Ganabi.
tempo's gone out of the
Gnabry.
game a little bit
Can't
now.
remember
for
my ex-player's
Alvechurch.
name.
They need to pick themselves back up. They need to start playing the football again.
Ian Birchnell.
Oh, now I've got a free kick
Just a
here.
potentially lucrative cut
Let's
down the
go.
way, but a much needed boost to confidence.
And goal.
given their run of form.
No, don't jinx it.
Just one win in their last 12 matches in the league. O'Keefe's free kick. Waldron with the header. Abbey was a bit slow to get there.
That's got, I don't know what other, actually they showed some other goals at the break, didn't they? I think that's the goal of the round so far. That Alvechurch goal. Got to be.
They were pushing higher up the pitch at the start of the second half, Alvechurch, but almost seem to have retreated, and that's not doing them any favours.
I think it's just a little bit of fatigue, if I'm being completely honest. They're just not quite getting as close as they were to the men in the first half and at the start of the second half.
Excuse
Wasn't to be
me.
expected. Just wonder at what point does Ian Long make a decision on subs?
Kurt Harris, too much of a heavy touch, which allowed Joseph to come and gather.
Don't start bloody playing it out from the back now.
box error. Abbey, lovely football. Chasing. A hurried clearance by Casey. Risky. Works out for boys. Forest Green do get over the line. It'll be just the third time that they've reached the third round, having done so in 2009 and 2010. Wickham's pass to March, looking for another! Terrific save to keep Alvechurch in the equation.
It's a really good ball in from Connor Wickham, and his touch just sets it up for him to hit. It's instinctive, it's a snapshot. Don Jessup, equally ready for the shot as well, and does extremely
Just
well.
done someone effing blind.
He's made a couple of good stops in this second half to ensure that they're
It's still a good
in the
half out of
mix in
glass,
this FA Cup
including
tie.
added time.
But Harris were close aerially not that long ago. One of the many Forest Green players in there, and also in there was Ash Carter, who sends it away for another corner.
He does well, Ash Carter, because he knows he can't really get a telling clearance away from danger, but what he can do is he can get a big flick on it to make sure that no one in behind him is running and getting a free header at goal.
Gooch giving the short option. The keep goes for the conventional approach instead, and the referee wants it to be retaken. Take two then. Deep one, and it was swirling in the wind as well. And he allows it to drift behind for another corner to Forest Green.
And he does well, Danny Waldron, because like you say, it was swirling, it was probably just going to find its way in behind. Danny Waldron.
Taking their time over the corner. Referee gives them the hurry up. They're shot at the back there, nothing given. They're asking for another penalty in there. And eventually it's slapped away. Continued their record of scoring. It's now 28 games in a row. Alvechurch have found the net in. They need another to keep their cup dream alive. Gooch. Bert Harris. Much loitering, and he got his head to it. Boys lifted in well. There's a cluster of players in there. Now Church get a bit lucky and now get it up to Hamilton. Gooch has done well.
No chance.
They just really well, the Gooch, because he just knows in a foot race he isn't winning it. He uses his body, uses that experience that he brings. Recovering.
to be careful. Find in! And really good keeping once again from Jezza. Still alive though. Boys tosses it in. Texera helps it clear. He's keeping Alvechurch in it at the moment. Bernard. Boys, back on the deflection. And that's a much easier piece of work for Dan Jezza. He's in a hurry to get it up to Hamilton. Great clearance. Shame Hamilton didn't make it stick. O'Keefe. Fisted again, and again, safe hands from Dan Jezza.
The onslaught's coming, isn't it, from Forest Green, sensing that there's more goals in it for them, but great save from Jezza. He might have gone a little bit too early. Not Harris if he'd got on the end of it. I think it would have been disallowed, but it's a good hand from Jezza.
From Cannon. Hamilton the target. Abbey. Twisting and almost won it back. And Cannon's in there as well. Abbey does come away with it. Now it's Hamilton. Waldron. That's another.
Oh, that's another free kick for Alvechurch.
Saying Abbey range after his earlier strike.
I just wonder whether the referee might pull out a card. I'm sure it was Oliver Casey again. It looked like he brought the player down. Casey's been involved with a few tackles now with Hamilton. Here's a Casey. I think 3 or 4 fouls. A yellow card more often than not.
Well, he gave one on Dominic Bernard in the first half on the totting up offences reasoning. He has to alert to that.
And the same thing happened again. Oh, this has got to be this one. Surely you can't score from here.
Is there something doing here for Alvechurch again? Surely Lightning can't strike twice.
It's a difficult angle to get the shot in a goal. Does it suit just an in-swinging ball from
That's what I just said.
Sefton?
He's gone for goal again, and this time target. Well, that really would have been some story, and he saw his name up in lights, but this attempt nowhere near the same calibre as his stunning leveller.
Maybe the angle is there, but gets it over the wall, but just not the accuracy that he had on the free kick that he scored. Confidence is high from him.
Pushing up the pitch a bit higher now, and nearly get their rewards there.
Don't come back without my mum. What? Oh.
Cleared by Bernard. All the way back to Jezza. What good distance on that? Mitch. Waldron. He lost his footing rather than was fouled. Now the surge forwards from Boys, releasing Pert Harris. Boys on the overlap, Pert Harris might go it alone. Been better advised to after that pass. Here's Waldron. That's Bernard's already been booked. He's in trouble here. It's a second yellow card.
Ooh!
And suddenly, that adds a different complexion to things.
Well, he can look any way he wants at the referee, but he's given the
Plonker.
opportunity to make a decision. And it's a
Big chance for Alvechurch now. 20 minutes to go.
Martin Coy had no other decision but
Now,
to
one extra man up now.
pull out another yellow card. It's a clear tug of the shirt.
What a silly bloody donut.
He's still on the pitch at the moment. He needs to get off.
Get off, you wanker.
Well, I think he knows now. I think he knows that he's
Go enjoy your nice bloody vegan sausage.
disappointed in himself because he's feeling like he's let his team down, and
You just better hope, mate, your team holds out. Otherwise, they'll be embarrassing.
Now, numerical advantage to get back in the game.
And Tom Edge was right down in front of us, in front of these Alvechurch fans underneath the gantry, giving them the symbol to get up and get going.
There's something wrong with this charger now.
While he goes off the pitch, Luke McGee is on the turf, the Forest Green keeper, and receiving some treatment. All of this while Ian Birchall was about to make a change, and I wonder if he might have changed his mind about those alterations, given that sending off.
Quite possibly. Just wonder this is.
It's funny,
He
isn't it?
does really have a problem, or whether he's gone down just to buy his manager a little bit of time. We know McGee can't leave the pitch, so it gives that opportunity, or am I just being very cynical?
So they're going to make a change. It's Ben Stevenson coming on in the Forest Green switch, and Regan Hendry is withdrawn. Connor Wickham's also going to go off.
What's going on with this, please? Stop charging, please.
And it's Bailey Cargill to come in.
Bailey Cargill will just go into that back three. Played against South Shields in the last round of the competition. And he will just slot in there. Very
See, that's not charging now. I might have knocked it before.
I'll leave Josh Marsh up front on his own, with Harris just in support of him.
Well, it is set up, isn't it, for a classic FA Cup climax. A quarter of an hour to play. The Minnows a goal down, but they have a man advantage, and surely they're going to throw the kitchen sink at Forest Green. Trying to work out the shape that Forest Green are going to move into now, as they just march up top on his own now.
Yeah, just with Harris just in behind him. He'll be the one who'll look to join in, as he's done pretty much all the game. Just wonder whether Alvechurch might make a change themselves, knowing they don't need four at the back. A little bit braver and maybe bring a substitute on and put another man up front.
Score a goal is on those notes. We've got defending to do here, though. Forest Green taking their time. Let's hope we get World Cup levels of injury time to be tacked.
We didn't get them in the first half. Was it a minute?
2 minutes. Anemic, really, in the current climate. Forest Green with the corner. They're asking for handball, but that's half-hearted appeals. Here's the newly arrived Stevenson. Lifted in neatly. Coming in at the back post, but safely gathered once again by Chezev. Abbey. Here's Carter. Willits. It's been more entertaining in this game than the one he might have been watching last night between England and USA.
Much prefer to have watched this game. But everything.
And still time for more. Teixeira. Burton. Abbey. Straight to Magooch. They've got runners forwards here despite being down to 10. Bert Harris one way, Boys the other. Here is Boys.
Alvechurch doesn't
Or Stevenson, one of them, and no chances taken at the back.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I didn't know what the right word was. Can't take the chances of heading it to back to a Forest Green plan.
And he recovers extremely well to the back post there, help his team out. That's the gamble that Alvechurch are willing to take now. Committing men forward, and he will be susceptible on the break.
I guess the disappointing thing for Alvechurch is since the sending off, Forest Green have still had more of the ball than more possession in the final third. Hasn't made a change, and almost into the final 10. It's nearly pantomime season and boos from the Alvechurch fans as Boys continues to spot up the corner. Good looking corner as well, but dealt with. Gooch is there. Wasn't a great header though. Abbey. Advantage played, none gained, so for the Church.
He wanted to foul a little bit quicker, Abbey, didn't he? But the referee decided to try and play an advantage, then brought it back. Correct decision.
Burton. Willits. Here's Carter. Abbey. Abbey again. Teixeira once. Might work out the water for Teixeira.
Got to get forward.
Quite wriggled clear of his man, Concurrent.
Shame.
Harris, always a willing runner, chases this but doesn't get there. Burton. To Sefton. Abbey was in a good position. Here he is now. The pass took a bit too long to get it to him, and that allowed Casey the chance to step in.
They're doing well, Alvechurch, because what they're doing is they're dropping their two centre midfielders into wide positions. They're pushing the fullbacks forward, trying to stretch the pitch as big as they can and make Forest Green work. It's trying to get the ball into forward positions when they do that, trying to hurt the back line.
Teixeira. Abbey. Plenty of green between the Alvechurch players and the Forest Green goal. Willits. Is his edge. Teixeira. Desperately searching for that hole in the green wall in front of them, but no obvious one for them. Waldron trying to find it. He's found a good pass. Teixeira wants
Wrong
it.
pass.
March.
An opportunity there, didn't they, just to find Hamilton in behind. Made a really clever run.
It's a lovely piece of skill. That's a good challenge as well from Carter.
Just less than 10 minutes to go past stoppage time.
Well, we've seen one absolutely beautiful goal here this
Still
afternoon. You can see
says
every
charge
single
in
FA
somewhere.
Cup goal on the BBC Sport website and app. We've got a roundup of all of the second round action for you tomorrow on BBC One at 10:45. And the prize for the sides competing this weekend is a potential lucrative draw in the third round, and we will see who gets who on Monday evening, 7 o'clock BBC 2 to find out. Well, I'm a bit of a cynic here, Stephen, but I do wonder just how much of a problem he's got here as he receives the attention.
Yeah, I mean, stoppage in play, but he has had injuries, come back into the team, and this is his first game back. So it will be a concern. You sound as cynical as I did before. It's catching.
The amount of times players go down with cramp when they're leading in stoppage time, it's just a big coincidence, that's all.
There's 9 minutes to go. Well, you've got 8 minutes to go, plus stoppages of 14 minutes.
Nah, come on.
So, Harry Bower is about to come on. Who's going off? Burton. Might be his last touch before being withdrawn. And he's on the throw here. Burton will still take it. They're not quite ready to make that change. In fact, they are. And he'll have to put the ball down because he's the player going off. Not too happy about it.
You won't be happy because you never want to leave the pitch. You want to have an impact. You want to show what you can do. He's walking around, getting a nice round of applause in front of his travelling fans.
So on comes Harry Bower.
Teixeira. We said, what would they do? Would they make advanced changes? Harry Bower's come on, he's gone high and wide up the pitch, like a winger. And now that leaves Jimmy Wirtz to play almost as a right-sided centre-back and a right-back. It's brave, but it's what's needed.
Willits. Edge. Here's Carter. Teixeira. And he's offside.
Fully might be.
Time ticking away for Ian Longside.
Frustrating thing from Alvechurch is that they haven't created anything yet. Yes, there's a little bit of time left, but the clock is ticking away. They need to be brave. They need to throw bodies forward. Maybe go a little bit more direct. Maybe that might cause them screen problems.
Teixeira. It's come to Bert Harris. Breezes away from Teixeira and still going Bert Harris. Cargill. Well, it's frustration for Alvechurch. They are not still in with a chance of continuing their cup adventure. Abbey. Teixeira. Now, going over just outside the area. The referee, though, not minded to give anything for Hamilton, which is very surprising.
Very, very surprising. Again, it looks like a clear foul. Martin Coy decides against it, but Hamilton just gets the wrong side of Cargill, and then he clips his heels. Goes down. For me, it's a free kick in an advanced area. I think it's outside the box, but he clips his heels. Clearly. Why else would he go down?
Cargill's throw. Harris Teixeira, is that handball? Referee says not. Bowers in there. Sefton. Edge. Be in there. They've won a free kick there.
Good hold-up play from Josh Marsh.
All the way back, it goes to Luke McGee. Here's Teixeira. Oh, that's too high for him.
Marsh's played for Alberton at Alvechurch, and now he's on the opposition team, and he's today's player of the match for me. Scored a vital goal just after Alvechurch went level. He's put his team ahead and perhaps into the next round of the FA Cup.
Ian Birchnell said he was hoping that Josh March would be an unlucky omen for his former side, and it looks like it's going to be the case. Kurt Harris looking to wrap it up once and for all. And he has got a free kick.
Oh, come on.
Alvechurch are absolutely fuming.
He's furious, Abby, because he feels like Harris has bought this free kick. He goes down so easily. Buys the free kick. The referee not for the first time today.
Manny Olaloco is going to be a late change here for Alvechurch in the 90th minute. The board's just gone up 5 additional minutes, but they're being eaten away by Forest Green Rovers down at the Alvechurch end. O'Keefe sizes up his options. Corey O'Keefe. Oh, another top save from.
Give the man who watched the keeper, mate.
That would have been it settled once and for all.
Oh, what a save. Great technique from Corey O'Keefe to put it in the top corner, but even better agility from Dan Jessup. He was so close to getting my player of the match. He's been outstanding for Alvechurch today. And some key saves.
Well, they've held off making this change while they defend the corner. Kurt Harris. To the corner they go, and over he goes, and out comes the whistle, and Forest Green Rovers doing a very professional job of seeing this game out.
It's all about
Big hit delivery.
Alvechurch now want them to jump into tackles and just invites the challenge for Harris.
Yes, it'll be a goal kick. And it'll be perhaps one more chance for Alvechurch. 3 additional minutes remaining. That's useful. Bauer. Some support. Forced backwards. Texera. Carter. Tossed in there. Centre halves are both up there. It drops back. Bert Harris.
Put it back.
Bows onto it.
Come on, it slips. Can't you go get it forward, mate? You're not going to get many more chances.
Is Sefton. It's poor. Bert Harris is onto it. Texera with the challenge. Nothing wrong with that. There might be with that. Advantage played. Sefton. Haven't tested Luke McGee since Forest Green went down to 10 men.
I can't believe they've not gone direct. So insistent on playing football, it has to go forward.
That's swirling in the air and the flick on doesn't fall away of a white shirt. Finally, the substitution's about to be made, and Ethan Sefton is the player who is going to be taken off. And Manny Ololoko steps in, but might be too late for him to even get a touch, the 19-year-old forward. McGee upfield. It's not what Jamie Willis was hoping for. Edge. Abbey lifts it. Ololoko trying to make his presence felt. Edge couldn't quite stretch it up, and they could be away here. Forest Green, excellent challenge. Boys has picked it up. Bert Harris wants it. Another terrific tackle. Ololoko. This is it now for Alvechurch if they are to stay in the cup. Concannon need to get it in the mixer. Abbey. Hamilton. Here's Edge. It's Hamilton. Was there a touch? Referee says not. And that will almost certainly be that.
A reluctance to put the ball into the box again. So apparent from Alvechurch. Not to be more direct. You sent centre half up, Jamie Willits. Won't hit him. Give him the opportunity to cause a little bit of chaos in the penalty.
This is going to be it now.
Bert Harris beat to it. Into the 6th minute of additional time. The brawl from the Alvechurch fans. They've got to throw. This is it. They've taken it short. And Bauer's lost out, and the ball's gone away. And the final whistle goes. And Forest Green Rovers have got the job done.
That goal they scored was absolutely brilliant.
Alvechurch's adventure comes to an end, but they had a moment to savour when Abbey bent in that terrific free kick. Parity didn't last too long though, as former Alvechurch man Josh March restored the home side's advantage, and although Dom Bernard was sent off with about 20 minutes left to play,
It's just a shame, isn't it?
Alvechurch couldn't make their numerical advantage pay. And
Let's
it's
see what they
Forest
can do
Green
next
Rovers
year.
who are through to
Don't
the
even-
3rd round. Forest Green Rovers 2, Alvechurch 1.
I'm going to turn it over to 3 to see the score at the moment. I don't even know. Oh, is it finished? Oh shit. Go on, Nata. Whoops. What's the time now? Don't even know the time. Oh, it'd be half time, wouldn't it? Alexa, France v Denmark live score.
Right now in the World Cup, France and Denmark are tied 0-0 at the half. By the way, an Amazon package was delivered today.
Was it when? I'm going to turn that off. Might play. What time is it? 6:15. I will. Right, bye then. I'll upload this.